Dear viewers, I welcome you on behalf of AQ Chingari channel. When a person knows deep down that his opponent is right and he is wrong, it's rare for that person to admit his mistake openly. Where sometimes the question of ego and honor comes to the fore, many times financial loss or position, some other interest may be lost, and to avoid these losses, he tries to avoid the truth. He tries to prove the truth to be a lie with false words and fabric of deception and to prove his lie to be true. If we look beyond the common people and look at a human history, then the reins of the world was in the hands of the religious rulers. So they also used many deception tactics to maintain their rulership on the people. The sun is Shamash deity and the moon is the goddess Camarina, and we are their relatives. How many truth-telling scientists they have severely punished and even put to death. After the invention of the telescope, when scientists said that the moon is waterless planet, there is no goddess, and the sun is just a star consisting of hydrogen and hot gases, not a god to be worshipped with folded hands. For centuries, the religious and political leaders who worshipped them as gods and goddesses imprisoned such courageous and scientists and gave severe punishments. You are insulting our gods? So that the truth, which is proved as scientific fact, is hidden and suppressed by the weapons of force and deception. Many scientists were even burnt alive. After the Renaissance, when the power of the world came into the hands of the pioneers of science, they took the path of revenge against the same false religious leaders. Enmity with religious leaders turned into enmity against the religion itself. Religion and the necessity of religion were denied in anti-religionism because every religion is based on the faith in God. So those who called themselves pioneers of science have denied God, for which Darwin provided them with the biggest argument. However, when the Big Bang was proved and the unavailability of transitional forms, especially no human skull that was more than a few thousand years old, and above all the beautiful and intelligent design of creatures began to stamp the existence of God. So they also know very well they are wrong. Scientists are generally not as staunchly stubborn, hypocritical as religious leaders are. So when the scientific evidence that sealed the existence of God began to emerge, many scientists openly tried to believe in the existence of God by accepting the truth. But the global Antichrist political power was determined to get rid of the existence of God at any cost, so that his power of the world can be maintained. So the global rule through the use of coercion has now taken the form of a global mafia and a global gangster. All efforts were made to stop the poor scientists who openly wanted to express the truth, acknowledging God, through greed, deceit, coercion, and threats. The weak were silenced by fear, greed, and threats, but those who were influential said something or the other. The most prominent among these bold ones was Albert Einstein himself. Albert Einstein clearly stated that all matters and energy cannot guide us even an inch about moral values. That is, goodness, badness, honesty, truth, lies, love, hate, envy, jealousy, etc., cannot be tested in a laboratory. These are moral values which have a separate field. Science has nothing to do with these values, but Einstein's original position was also hidden. The problem was that if the existence of God is believed, then the scientific way of thinking takes a step forward. That did this God communicate with us? Has this God set a purpose for our lives? And this scientific progress certainly continues to introduce us to the Quran. And all the world powers, the world media are most afraid of the real teachings of the Quran, because the teaching of the Quran is the teaching that exposes their moral abominations, their lies, their hypocrisy, all. It talks about kicking them and deposing them from the rule of the world and giving the rulership of the world in the hands of the good and the righteous. The proof of what we are presenting can be found in the following words of Einstein from his book Out of My Later Years. Science can only tell what is, it cannot tell what should be. Therefore, determining the value of values is outside the realm of science. On the contrary, the function of religion is to determine the value of human thought and action. The pioneers of science have often tried to impose a definitive judgment on values through science. It is their mistake, due to which they set up a front against religion. According to science, there is only thing in his word aspirations, values, good, evil. The purpose of life does not exist. Science can neither define values nor instill them in the chest. More science, it can provide more means by which man can achieve his goal. But self concept and determination can only be done by high personalities. We have learned from bitter experience that the knots of social life cannot be resolved by reason alone. Scientific researches often prove fatal to mankind. From them, man definitely got comfort and luxury in physical life, but a strange anxiety arose in his inner world, due to which he remained a slave of his technical environment. And more than that, he himself found great deadly materials for his own destruction. So, values are not formulated after experiences, these are given through revelation, through the mediation of powerful beings. This writing proves that Einstein was a man who believed in Allah, revelation, and prophethood. This is to say that the moral system of the world should be established on the precepts of books given to great men by revelation. But who among us knows this today? That Einstein, like a scientist, was a person who recognized revelation, prophethood, and the hereafter. And he was not a blind believer either. But the arguments he made regarding the difference between morals and matter are worth writing in golden water. He was truly a truthful and intelligent scientist. Similarly, even after the excavations from all over the world, no human skull was found that was not more than a few thousand years old. So they started introducing fake fossils and fake skulls. Scientists, by their very nature, seek to discover the real truth of the universe, intelligent design, which was previously hidden under the illusion of Darwinian adaptation. But when DNA was discovered, it became clear that everything was predetermined as if written in a book. The whole theory of evolution stood on the feet of adaptation, and DNA cuts off these feet. DNA is not something that changes gradually under adaptation. DNA cannot directly participate in biological interactions due to its double-stranded structure. Therefore, it is impossible to consider it as the evolutionary basis of life. It is ignorance. The DNA is then able to replicate itself with the help of certain enzymes, while the enzymes themselves are formed as a result of the instructions stored within the DNA in the form of genetic codes. This means that DNA and enzymes are interdependent. Now, either they both came into being together by coincidence, which is more than impossible, or one of them was created before the other according to a predetermined plan. Then the life grew from the confluence of the two. Think that fan and electricity are both necessary. Should a fan be made by a chance, and then electricity be made, and the electric fan will start to run and give air? Should it be? How is this possible unless there is a plan and a creator? Therefore, as seen in species, all transitional forms in between disappear and one species after another suddenly appear, which can be clearly felt by a single creator, which Darwin also says in his book Origin of Species. Darwin writes, if species are transformed into other species by gradual mutations, why do we not find innumerable intermediate and transitional forms everywhere? According to my theory, there must have been countless transitional forms of life, but why have we not yet discovered such intermediate and connecting species? The same difficulty has troubled me for a long time. Darwin's concern was justified. The same problem troubled other evolutionists as well. The famous British anthropologist Derek V. Eger has described the same fact as follows. The point is that if we study in detail the record of phylogenies, whether at the level of organization or species, we find time and again that at the end of one group, suddenly another group appears like an explosion. The truth is that if circular DNA had been discovered during Darwin's time, Darwin himself would have given up on his theory. The life of every living organism based and started from DNA itself, and DNA has nothing to do with synchronization, adaptation. In simple words, each organism's DNA is different, and all the information, plans for the formation and origin of its life and body must already exist. American microbiologist Jacobson comments on this situation that reproduction, the obtaining of energy and required materials from the available environment, the reproduction of series, and the effective system for converting orders into reproduction, all and complete instructions at the time when the life of any species originated together. The simultaneous occurrence of these events is so impossible that it is beyond our understanding and cannot be explained by anything other than the divine intervention of a God. These wretched scientists were also fearfully expressing the truths in front of them in closed words because they knew that the global mafia power gangster would never like the open declaration of the existence of the universe from the tongues of the pioneers of science of the time. Then the most beautiful designs of the species also led the evolutionists to a dead end. Intelligent design left only one way, that these beautiful designs of creatures are the creation of a creator, the image of an artist. These conflicts are not the result of survival of the fittest, etc. So the scientists who were bold and independent and upright and true-minded were forced to express surprise and indignation at their own reluctant colleagues. Now, why is the existence of creator, artist and Allah not accepted? One such clear, straightforward, truly courageous scientist is Michael J. Behe. When he sits down with scientists and talks about intelligent design, their partners would change sides, letting their legs move. Behe would ask them, why don't you openly say that this is a beautiful and intelligent design? Science is proving that it is neither the result of an evolutionary process nor a coincidence, but the creation of a greater creator. So those in front did not confess, but their breathing started irregular. They would shake their heads and let them shake for a long time, but they did not admit it. Michael J. Behe described what attitude the deniers of the existence of God now take upon their defeat. He says, successive efforts to investigate life at the molecular level and the cell have resulted in a loud, clear and undeniable cry. It is design, intelligent design. This result is so unambiguous and so effective that it must inevitably rank as one of the greatest achievements in scientific history. Thousands of people should have shouted Eureka at this triumph of science. But happiness is not over, dead. No hand was raised. Instead, a curious, embraced silence surrounded the infinite complexity of the cell. When it comes in front of the scientist, the sides change and the breathing becomes erratic. People are in bit more relaxed in solitude, that's it. They seem to agree, but then look down at the ground, shake their heads and let it be. After all, why doesn't the scientific community go ahead and embrace this great discovery? After all, observation of design, reality, intellectual, why is it being handled with gloves? The main point is that One facet of reality labeled intelligent design is that it is mandatory to put the words God on the other side. If the ignorant person is wrong and is arguing with someone, then the ignorant person is forced to lash out, abuse, turn the conversation around, or make fun of others. If there is an argument between the weak and the strong usually result to bullying and force when they are wrong. They come to prove it right. Religious leaders resort to hypocrisy when they are wrong and come to justify what is wrong by using words and scientific explanations. The reins of the world, and especially the greatest source of knowledge and information, the media, is in the hands of the global antichrist gangster mafia, shaitanic power. As for the existence of God and the necessity of God's command and law, the evil word mafia has been defeated. But as we said, the powerful then uses his power, means, and hides his face from the truth. The greatest trick of deception they resorted to was Darwin's theory of evolution. The global antichrist power knows very well that our deceptions are now closed. They struggled for years, scouring the ground for a human skull that was 100,000 years old or more, but they found nothing but never-wrecking failure. His wish could not be fulfilled in Darwin's lifetime, but the search for transitional forms continued even after that. But if the desire is against the truth and the event, it cannot change the truth and the desire cannot be fulfilled. British anthropologist Derek V. Eger, despite all his support for evolution, accepted this fact in somewhat subdued terms. He says, our problem is that when we analyze at the level of species, we always come across the same truth. We see that generations rather than the result of gradual stages appear suddenly. The excavations continued and the evolutionists' hope fed it. Because now the problem was that even if a few transitional forms were discovered, they could not explain the numerous missing links. Finally, the evolutionist scholar T. N. George had to say, weaknesses in the form of missing links in evolution are no longer possible to explain because of the stockpile of evidence we have exists cannot be further expanded by excavations. Further discoveries may not help in finding these missing links of fossils records. Instead of throwing the unproven theory of evolution in the trash, they would have turned to the creator of the universe, whose creator has been scientifically proven by the Big Bang. But the problem is that the rule of the world and the system of government should also run according to the will of the same creator. The steps are automatically taken towards the last preserved book of law, the Quran of this creator. And such a universal demonic power cannot even die. Forced by his desire, he created a fake skull that looked millions of years old and yet was human. The world was also deceived by the media. The monkeys to which the skull belonged, the same monkeys that spread out of Africa and spread all over the world, are still being tried to deceive by showing them in the National Geographic Channel. Man is the descendant of these monkeys. When the skull was fake and the photos went viral, an investigation team was formed. One of its members was Lee Bruce Clark. According to the report of this search team, the skeleton was an elaborate forgery made by combining of human skull with the jawbone of an orangutan bananas, a species of bananas. The final results indicated that the skull belonged to a man of only 500 years ago, and the lower jawbone was taken from a hunted orangutan. The teeth were then fitted into a row of teeth and joints were finally sandblasted to resemble a human. Lee Bruce Clark understood all the game, that surely all the upper caste knew about this forgery. So why did they hide it? But I could not openly say that the real deception is being tried to find a human skull millions of years old. However, Lee Bruce Clark was even forced to say that after keeping the forgery of fake and artificial skulls hidden for a long time and throwing dust in the eyes of the world, evidences of artificial scratches immediately appear before the eyes. In fact, they were so obvious that it may be asked whether how is it possible that no one has noticed them for such a long time? Every single word said by Lee Bruce Clark fully support our point of view that the media is being dominated by ignorant people who are anti-Quran and who want to bring only their own will and interest to the world, even for this, no matter how deceitful they have to be. In the years that were spent in the search of fossils, they actually wanted to find out one such fossil fact which proves that man is an animal that gradually evolved from monkeys. There is no separate entity descendant from Adam and Eve, which the Quran and other inspired books say. The real issue and the real problem, according to them, was only that the reality and truth of human race running from Adam and Eve could be denied in any way, that the Quran, Torah and Injil lie. After a complete failure, only this fake skull was pretended and it was presented in front of the world with full force. Even today, the National Geographic Channel is trying to convince that the monkey that came out of Africa and spread all over the world is also from the same monkeys. The Muslim intellectuals who are not well acquainted with the real role of this Dajjali media are also left confused, and then they create a harmony between the idols of Adam and Eve and these monkeys in the Quran and they seem to be trying to forcefully unite these conflicting things by making a bridge. Their trick of deception is so dangerous that even many eminent Islamic scholars could not save themselves from being deceived by it. Even a great scholar like Dr. Asrar Ahmad could not save himself from this misconception. This plight of the enemies of the Quran is not matter of today, but from the beginning these people have been denying the truth after knowing the truth. And do not wear the truth with falsehood, and you are with the truth and you are learning. And do not clothe the truth with falsehood, and do not hide the truth while you are aware of it. Al-Quran. Falsehood had tried to crush every voice of truth in order to maintain its evil rule over the world. How many prophets passed away who are killed by the followers of falsehood after knowing and recognizing them? Therefore, all those who are proudly repeating themselves on YouTube channels or the global media are actually denying proven scientific facts, proving their ignorance and stubbornness and arrogance. See, if the universe had always existed, then under the scientifically proven second law of thermodynamics, there should not have been a single sun by now where all of its hydrogen had not been converted into helium. All suns should have gone through the supernova process in the universe as just remnants of suns. But the real event, the real truth that has come to light is the hydrogen left behind in our sun and all other suns. The amount is exactly what it should have been since the Big Bang, which the scientists estimated and found according to the same calculation. Can a reasonable person still deny the Big Bang? The real truth is that if the universe has always existed, then not a single sun should have been alive and shining till now. These, which appear to be billions of shining suns in the universe, are actually proving the origin of the universe and its creation by a creator. It is understandable if the word Antichrist has an attitude to deception and hypocrisy. But sane, intelligent, educated people also believe that the second law of thermodynamics is completely scientific fact and correct. Then those who deny the same scientific fact that the sun has always moved also believe. If you believe in any way, please provide a reasonable justification. Let us also mention here that according to Einstein, the first law of science and the most important law of the second law of thermodynamics, which removes all the ignorance that has always been going on in the universe and throws it into the trash. A scientist of the same era has explained that with a very, very good example. Suppose if the universe were just a cave filled with water, rock, and soil, we would leave it for a billion years, and what would we see when we came back? We see that the rocks and stones, etc., in the cave have become smaller, while some have completely disappeared. The circle has increased, and the mud has increased, etc., etc. We should not have been surprised. Conversely, however, if you come back a billion years later and see beautiful carvings on the rocks inside the cave and sculptures made from the stone, what would you think? And discipline will not be attributed to the laws of nature. The only rational explanation that can be given is that there is a conscious and intelligent mind behind these things. Wilson and Arno Pinzias discovered the cosmic background radiation that followed the Big Bang, a scientific explanation of the Big Bang, a proof sealed as reality. They had to be awarded the Nobel Prize. But the problem here, as with intelligent design, is that labeling the Big Bang as predestined detonated explosion by a god would label the other side of the coin as God. The creator will have to believe. As far as the global antichrist power, satanic power, gangster mafia is concerned, it will continue to follow the satanic agenda until the end of time. But those who are unbiased, sane, intelligent types, at least they should not deny the now established scientific facts. So much moral courage should be developed in them to accept the truth as the truth. Or if they still think it is wrong, then at least present their arguments. Just gossips, mocking, presenting analysis without arguments or somehow cannot be declared as valid. Anyhow, thank you very much for being with us. God bless you.